Hello everyone. In this video we're going to go over how to make an easy, simple song using pre-made loops from the Soundtrap library. So we're not going to do any creation of our own loops. We will cover that in a separate video, but this is a good way to get started in getting used to taking content from the library and arranging it in your song in a way that you like. So to start with, we're going to click Enter Studio. Need to turn on my mouse highlight here. There we go. And we're going to click on Music. Don't worry about this for now. And the first thing we're going to click is Browse Loops, or you can click over here on this music note. And here we are. Here's the library. I'm going to make the library bigger so we can see it. How's that? Okay, so we're seeing all these different categories, and these are split up into either genres or the type of instrument, generally speaking. I want to start with, I usually like to start with a bass. That kind of sets the tone for how the song is going to proceed, but you can start with anything. Okay, so I'm going to zoom up just a little bit. So one thing to keep in mind is that all these ones that say music makers, these are for the paid version. So try to stick with these that are free. It's up to you and your parents if you ever want to upgrade to the paid version. I believe the $10 a month version gets you these, but you don't need to. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm just going to listen to a few things. You click play to listen to. Sorry about that, I had my speakers on. That might have fed through a little bit. So that's more of a bass guitar sound. I feel like I've been here before. What's this gasoline? Okay, I feel like we can do something with that. Which one was it? Yeah, here we go. If you're scrolled around and you're like, oh no, which one was I listening to? I like that. Just look for the one that's gray and has the pause sign right there. Okay, yeah, there's something to that. Okay, I'm going to zoom out some now and find some drums to go with that. I want something pretty lively. Now this is something to keep in mind. Oops. If you click, let's see, first thing I clicked was bass, and then I clicked drums, it's going to combine those to search for bass drums. That's not what I want. So I want to clear that out by clicking the X and then click drums. And it has some suggestions, so we'll see how these sound. Okay, that's just some kabasa. Okay, let's see what these two sound like together. One thing to keep in mind is by default the cycle mode is on, but that's fine. I just want it to repeat. I'll even have it just repeat that much. Okay. So it's going to line up, when you play it while you have your loop going, it's going to line up the drums in exact time with how this is playing, so you can hear how they'll sound together. It's not bad. I think I'll pull it over. And just to explain again, to pull something over, you... Let's see, where'd it go? Old school butter. Click, hold down your mouse, drag it over. Oh, it was got roots, not old school butter. I made a mistake. Well, that's fine. I can show you how to get rid of something if you made a mistake. You just click on it, it'll select that whole area, you can see it got darker, and press the delete key. And there, if you didn't intend to bring something over, then it's gone. Okay, so the gut roots. Okay, I don't know if I want these two to start together, so I'm going to move this one over here. And I'm going to turn off cycle mode now, because I don't really intend to have it cycling just that one spot anymore. Okay, next I think we're gonna, I want to extend this out. So I'm gonna grab the loop icon there. It's that curvy arrow. And I'm gonna extend that region out some. I want it to go just to the end of where you see where that box starts to repeat right around here. I just want to go just to the end of that box, over at the end of measure 16. And these drums, I want them to do the same thing as well. They can go on repeating that whole time. That sounded pretty good together. How about this shaker? You know what? I kind of like that. So we're going to drag that over. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I just want to hear that just quietly. It's still too loud. Not bad. Okay. So we got a bass going. I want to change the sound of the bass a little bit. I think it's a little too wah sounding. So I'm going to click on the bass, and then I'm going to click Show Instrument to bring this menu up. And here's the piano roll, which the piano roll shows all these notes. So if I wanted to change these notes at all, I could, but we're going to do a separate video on that. And here's the instrument itself. So I'm going to play a loop just here, I think, where I can hear the bass and the drums. I'm going to start changing things like resonance. So where it's getting a lot of that wow kind of sound is from the resonance. So I turn that down. It's just more of a low bass now. Frequency. Yeah, that can make that sound really sharp. I don't want that at all. I can make it only bass, or I can have a little bit more of that tone. And I think that's just about got it for me. Okay, how about the drums? We got room, reverb, pan, and volume. Okay, let's... Here's the drum, the beat maker, by the way. I wanted to make the room sound a bit bigger. How about some reverb, a little bit of like echo. Okay, that's kind of giving it some life a little bit. Another thing I'm going to do is pan the drums off to the left just a little bit, because I want the samba to pan off to the right some. And when you do this, when you pan different instruments left and right, you give yourself a sense of a sound stage. Like the instruments are actually in these different places on the stage, and you're sitting in front of them listening to them. They make it sound more interesting. Alright, that's enough of that. Mess around with the drums. I'm going to zoom out a little bit using the zoom keys here and zoom out my whole interface. Oop, that's zooming in. Because I'm going to need a little more room. Not that much room. Okay. piano. Okay, I don't want drums piano. Again, made that same mistake. Just want regular piano. Here it has picked for this project again, which did pretty good last time. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to play. Well, it doesn't get it right every time. Ugh, that didn't quite work, did it? It's hard to match something to that bass line, isn't it? Well, maybe it's not. That sounds pretty good. Pretty funky. Apologies I didn't say anything for a while there. I was kind of enjoying that. Is this a lizard? Okay, so we got some possibilities to work with here. I'm gonna do drag that over. And I kind of want this actually to be an intro to my song, so I'm going to turn off looper mode, or cycle mode here for a second. I'm going to hold down Shift and select all of these, and then I'm going to move all of them by clicking and dragging all of them. Okay, so we got this on its own, and I want to keep this going, so I'm going to grab that loop. Okay, now I've heard this piano pattern repeat itself a number of times, and that's pretty good, but I want to get some more variety in there. So I'm going to drag this one over. Now you notice every time you drag one of these over, let's say you've got different variations on a given instrument, and you'd like to use those different patterns. You don't need to create a new track for each one if you don't want to. If they all sound similar enough, just drag them into the same track. And that way when you do adjustments on volume, when you do adjustments on panning and reverb, it'll affect all of them the same, because they are basically the same instrument, even though they're different arrangements. So that should make things easier for you and keep some clutter down. Okay. I only want that to repeat twice. Let me just explain what I did there. This was out 4. I just reduced it. You can even reduce it to just 1. Let's see, this one. Now, I thought there was a lines 4. It seems to have disappeared, so let's just put it in the search up here. There it is. Interesting. Okay. You know what? I'm thinking a little differently now. I'm going to move this. We're going to add a new track. This doesn't work quite how I thought it would. Piano and keyboards. But all we want to do... Nope, that's not going to work. You see? We're going to try this again. We're going to call this voice and microphones. Wait, can we duplicate the track? Ah, okay, this is what I want to do. Forget this. Okay. These things will happen to you too. You'll do one thing and realize it was entirely the wrong thing. So what I'm going to do is click duplicate track. I'm going to delete this, but what I wanted is more room to arrange these pianos a little differently, because I'm going to drag this one out and then have this one playing over top of it. So you'll hear why I wanted that. Okay, yeah. We're going to go back to the search because we like that piano lines, but there was lines 3. No, lines 2. Okay, I want to put lines 4. This is lines 2. This is lines 4. This is lines 3. And let's see how this sounds. Okay. We are kind of getting somewhere. Now, I'm starting to think all this repeating for 4 whole times doesn't quite make sense. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring the playhead right over it, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click split region. So that's going to make this and this. What? Oh, I see. Oh no! Oh no, what happened? That didn't work how I thought it would. Okay, let's try it differently. What I want to do is shorten this down to 2 bars. So I'm going to do that. No, I'm going to leave it as 4 bars. Because the whole pattern itself is 4 bars. Now what I want is a copy of it. So I'm going to right click, copy, paste. And then I'm going to extend this one out to the current end of my song. I don't know how this got here. We're just going to get rid of it. And then I'm going to shorten this down. But now it's like, oh, there's 2 here, and then there's all this here. So what I'm going to do is hold shift, grab all this, move it back. Now let's play it from the beginning and see if it sounds like a good amount of time. Okay, here's something interesting we can do. I'm going to zoom in. I want it to drop the percussion right at 20. All the percussion. Because we're going to change into something different here. So I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click split region. And then, that's the shaker. Okay, so on the shaker, I split the region of the shaker. I'm going to delete that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the drums. And I selected it, so you see it's darker. And then I'm going to right click. Oh, no, not delete. And I got to make sure my playhead is right where I want it. Click split region. And then delete it. So we're going to hear what this sounds like. Okay, that's what I wanted. I want to have this open up into something different. So we're going to start all over again. I want heavier drums. Those drums were nice, but they're a little bit soft. And I want something. No, not like that. Okay, yeah, now we got something going here. No, that's a little too much with that snare. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Now I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate this track. I want the same bass, but I want it to sound more aggressive. So I'm gonna duplicate it. Oof, we're all over the place. I'm gonna zoom out. Nope. Not what I wanted. Oh, okay, yeah, we can leave it like that. I'm gonna zoom back in. I want to make this one sound different when it comes in, so we're going to go to the Show Instrument panel. Instruments. I think we're going to add some effects. Dynamics, compressor, chorus, and let's put in some overdrive. We will go into these effects some other time, but let's see what this sounds like now. It's certainly coming in more aggressive, but it's also loud. Playing around here with the sound. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, okay. Stalling out slightly. We've been at this for a good little while, haven't we? Okay. I want some more... I think I want some synth, now that we're really getting into it. I want something that sounds a little more electronic. So we're gonna get our looper... Where'd it go? It's all the way over here. You can call this thing cycle mode, or I just end up calling it the looper. I'm going to turn that on, and we're going to play this, and we're going to experiment finding some synth. So that's a synth organ. I kind of want that. I kind of want that to lead us into this next part of the song. So a little different than I had in mind, but you never know what you're going to find. I want that to do that, and then that blast of organ right as we head into this. I'm just going to extend this back out. Ooh, yeah. Alright, I want more organ to come in after this for sure, so. Was a little late. Let's try it on this one. Hopefully you don't mind. I'm just experimenting a little bit, putting in a couple of different organ parts. I want to show you again what I did there. First, this pasted in as 4 repetitions of this. I don't need that. I only wanted 1, but I want a copy of it. So I'm going to right-click, copy. You can also press Control-C. And you can right-click and press paste, or you can press Control-V on your keyboard. Let's see how this sounds. I think on this organ it would be better if we had some reverb going and we pan this one off to the left and this one pan off to the right. Okay, moving that over. Really digging that. Rise up the keys there. Okay. What can we add to it in this next section? We wanted some synth though. I came in wanting some synth and I ended up with organ. That can happen. Let's see what else can go on here. Not really hearing that one. Let's pause this for a moment. That'd be nice if it was loud enough to keep on. Just boost the volume on that. I'm not as thrilled about that. Oops. Accidentally deleted something. Control Z to undo, or there is edit. Undo, well in this case it would have been undo. If I want to redo, delete. There we go. Undo. We're gonna get rid of this. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I like the angst one better. Yeah. Let's put that one in instead. Okay, here's a point where we can get into just a little bit of piano roll stuff. I'm going to go in and I don't want this these low notes in here. They're kind of disrupting how things sound. Because we already have a bass part, we don't need bass down here as well. So I'm just gonna go into this first section of the region here. And I'm going to... Oh, it's not right click. For some reason I thought it was right click. It's backspace. Select the note, backspace. Select the note, backspace. And it gets rid of them from all four regions. So you don't have to do it 4 times. Let's listen to it now. Bring out the sound some more. Now I feel like in this next repetition we can do some different stuff. So let's... no. Looking at this recording now, it's gone for about 33 minutes. So if you made it this far, what you've seen is that with the loops we've gone from an intro that's pretty simple, that really builds up, and then just by putting in a slight transition here we were able to really evolve it and drag in a whole new set of loops. Cut those loops up, arrange them differently to get what we wanted, and then edit a synth that was made out of keys. You can't always do that, so with this synth, say, no, what was it? Well, yeah, we probably won't find it again. But the ones that have music notes here, you can edit these ones if you want to change them slightly. And they show up like this with the little dashes. Whereas the ones that are already pre-made, like these organ ones, you can cut them up and arrange them differently, but you can't change the notes. So that would be the case for most of the loops that we've used. But some of them you can actually change in the piano roll, and we're going to do a video on creating your own in the piano roll. Alright, so hopefully this has been helpful. Let's just have a listen to the whole thing, why not? am I hearing drums in the beginning? I wonder how this happened. Oh, I'm interested in that. Let's try that again. That's not bad. That's kind of decent. I want to hear that transition one more time. One thing is, I don't really want that. I don't want to hear that first note very much. So this is something you can drag this white dot, and this is a volume fader. So I've cut the volume way down on that first note because I don't want to hear it so loud. So let's hear what that does. So let's fix that. Okay, again, we're on 37 minutes. Quite a marathon. If you get something out of it, that's great. But this is building a song from loops. And I'll see you guys on the next one.